All right, YouTube, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the makeup tutorial. So, I have this set up here. This is my makeup area. It's actually in my kitchen next to my sink. There's the cat food. This is my mom makeup area. So this is where I do my makeup. So I set this up to record me. And I'm only doing this, listen, I am no beauty channel. I am only doing this because you guys, every day in my live, everybody always wants a tutorial. They want to see how I do my makeup. So I'm giving you guys some different content today. All right, here we go. Okay, guys, that was my intro there. So I don't know how to do a makeup tutorial. I don't know properly. I couldn't get you up any higher because I need my mirror and I have a very small area to work with. So we're just going to start and I'm going to show you what I do. This part is actually exciting. My primer, listen, this is one of my go-tos, Milk Hydro Grip. Everybody knows this is the best primer in the world, but I actually have a preference that's better than that I've never seen any makeup people talk about. So it is this. It's called Aveeno Positively Radiant Max Glow Serum and Primer. Now, I didn't even get this in a makeup store. I found this in a grocery store one day with all the lotion. Like, no makeup or anything. That store doesn't even sell makeup. Not even like the basic stuff. So I thought, let me pick it up. And this is my third bottle of it in like a year and a half. It is the shiniest, most beautiful primer ever. It's really kind of greasy feeling, so I put it on one of these Real Techniques. I just coat the face in it. And this is if you want a really shiny complexion. I do not have oily skin, and I do not have dry skin. I don't get blemishes, so this is a good example. This is actually from an ingrown hair, because I have a beard that I have to remove the hair of. But like regular blemishes, like zits, I think I got my first real pimple when I was like in my early 20s. And I thought something was wrong with me because I didn't know how painful blemishes could be. I remember calling one of my friends and being like, I have this lump on my face. It is excruciating. I don't know if I should call the doctor, what I should do. And I remember the hysterics they were in when they realized it was just a zit. Anyway, the point is I have good skin. So this does leave your skin kind of oily. And like the problem is I have perfect lighting in this room for my makeup. That's why I do it here next to the dishwasher, because the lighting is so phenomenal in here with the daylight. But it's not going to be that great on camera. But if you see, I know you can see like how shiny my face is. You see that? So my favorite go-to foundations are two things. This Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then the Maybelline Fit Me. You cannot go wrong with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I was a snob for MAC makeup for years. When I was 19 years old, I went into the MAC makeup store. I asked them to show me how to do my makeup. I bought everything. I bought like $500 worth of makeup that day, and that's how I started doing makeup. And I only wore MAC foundation for at least 10 years. I was such a snob. But nowadays, drugstore makeup, I'm sure you all know, is amazing. Sometimes the quality is even better than high-end stuff. So I do have some bougie foundations, but those are my favorite. The Maybelline Fit Me, and then this is what we're going to be using today. It's the new L'Oreal. It's the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Now, the shade range is trash. It does not have a good shade range at all. It's brand new. Oh. If you see people that do makeup on TikTok, you might have seen sponsored stuff of this. It is amazing. But there's only like 10 shades. So if it's not in your shade, it's kind of shit out of luck. This stuff is awesome though. As far as foundation, I can never give anybody advice because you see how pink my skin is? That's because I'm a ginger, okay? So I'm a natural redhead with very pale skin. So I cannot shade match like normal people. I have a pink undertone, but I cannot wear pink undertone foundation because of my freckles. Then it looks like I painted something on top of my freckles and it looks like garbage. So foundation for me is all about trial and error. I mean, there's foundations that I have that I've literally had to buy 4 or 5 of them till I find the right shade. And there's no way to know without trying it. Like, some people know what foundation color they use. So, like, you could go to a website of a brand to get a foundation, and you could put in, I am 120 Classic Ivory in this brand, and that company will say, oh, if you're 120 Classic Ivory, then you'll be this shade in our foundation. That doesn't work for me. Every single foundation is different because of the kind of skin tones I have because of my freckles and like redness. So it's always trial and error. Also, when I put my foundation on, literally depends on my mood if I use a sponge or a brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's It Cosmetics. It's a star. This was like a holiday brush last year. I also love this Sonia Kashuk brush. And then like a basic, oh, this is another Sonia Kashuk. It literally depends on the day and what my mood is, if I'm going to use foundation with a brush or with a sponge. My favorite sponges are Sonia Kashuk, which is a brand at Target. They're all marble. I mean, these have a lot of product on them, but this is what they're all marble. And then I love this Wet n Wild. Look how big this gets. This is an all-over body sponge. But, so I got it at Halloween. I actually bought a second one, guys. Look at this. I have a second one because I only ever find them at Halloween. So I bought 2 for when like this one needs to be retired. So this is what I normally use, but I found with this new L'Oreal hyaluronic thing, whatever, this one just seems to work a little better. So that's that. Concealer, I do, like most other people. My favorite concealer is Flower Beauty. It's the Drew Barrymore brand, ironically enough, because you all say I look like Drew Barrymore, which I don't. It's actually just my mouth. And I don't go crazy. I don't do full coverage, again, because of my freckles. I would just look weird if I did a full thick foundation and full... You know when they do concealer, they do like a big triangle? This is what I do. Tiny bit. Tiny bit. That's it. But this stuff is so good, it spreads out very nicely. So, but yeah, my makeup is not done typically like anybody that you would go watch on YouTube or even on TikTok right now. I don't do any of my face products like them, and it's only because of my freckles. Like, I do not have a face that you can paint on and then do contour. You guys will see how I do contour. I don't, but how I get the effect of like a jawline or cheekbones and stuff. And I take my concealer right up on my eyelid. That's what I use for my eyeshadow primer. I do have eyeshadow primers. I love this NYX one. It's, yes, my love. My daughter Reagan, she's 7. For the first time ever, she has a stomach bug. I was actually supposed to go live and film a different YouTube this morning. It's December 23rd. Last day of school before break. She was throwing up all night long. So I'm not going to go live and like unbox Stella's kit stuff, which was the plan, unless she goes to sleep for a while. But I thought I would do this instead, and she just asked me to keep it down a little bit. I feel so bad for her. So anyway, this is a white-based eyeshadow primer. For years, I only used the MAC Paint Pot, which is phenomenal. And then I also have a skin tone NYX eyeliner primer, eyeshadow primer. But you also can just use concealer, which is what I'm doing. I just do base. And then the other thing is, I do not use powder products. I do have, like, here's a Tarte powder. Why can't I think of setting powder? Setting powder. I don't use those usually because, again, a setting powder on me just puts a film over my freckles and it looks whack. Now, the next thing I do is my eyebrows. I typically do my base before eyeshadow. I got all these new eyeshadow palettes. I never owned a Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette. The quality is amazing. They're super expensive. Him as a person, yes, has been in hot water. I did not give my money to these. They were gifts, but regardless, they are amazing. I'm not going to lie. So, the past couple days, because these are new and I've been playing with them, I've done my eyeshadow first, but I don't know what I'm doing today. That's the other thing. When I go to do my makeup every morning, when you guys are always like, oh my God, your eyeshadow, wow! I never know what I'm doing till I literally stand here and pick up a palette. My favorite palettes, my go-to is BH Cosmetics, the Rose palettes. Glam Reflection Rose. This is my favorite palette ever. If I don't know what to do with my eyes, I use this. This was sent to me by a follower, BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic. It's all shimmers. Then this is my favorite colorful palette, BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival. You can see I get a lot of use. BH is my favorite brand. And then I also have this one, BH Bella. I use this a lot for a smoky eye. And then I also have this one, the Zodiac BH Cosmetics. And these are just my most used. I have a lot more palettes, but these are my most used ones that I keep right here in the drawer with me. And I have a Stella ColourPop Raw Beauty Christie. This is a go-to as well. I love this palette. But I never know what I'm going to put on my eyes till I get here right now in the moment. And now, because my daughter is sick and not going to school, I have to run outside and give her bus driver his Christmas present, which is a gift card. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be back to do my brows. So here's the thing. I am not the person to watch do eyebrows because, so look at my eyebrows. They are very thin and transparent. They're basically clear, like literally. And I don't really pluck them. I clean them up under here a tiny bit, but this is what I'm working with. This is what they look like. Now, I do not know how, and I have no interest in learning how to do, in learning how to do like the little strokes. You know, like the little strokes to make hairs in the front. Like, that's not for me. I don't have the patience. I am not an artist. God, the position is awful. Like, personally, I don't want to watch a YouTube video if I don't like what I'm looking at. Like, if the background is not appealing, I don't want to watch it. Like, it loses my interest. So, I've got an idea. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so, the things I use for my brow is this. It is a fat line eyebrow pencil. Watch. You see how it's like a fat line? It's got this tip on it that's like, come on, focus. That's wide compared to a regular small eyebrow. Check out the difference. Okay, I use the big one on the bottom because it makes it easier to just do a thick line. The color I use is honey brown. Again, another thing that's really hard because I'm a ginger, but like the auburn color ones are too orange. So I start with just taking it backwards and making a line. It's like a straight line down. This is a joke, right? This is already worse than I usually do it. So, like a straight line like that. Okay. And then the brows are done. Just kidding. And then I go up here. Straight line. Same on this side. I like to give an arch, even though I don't really have one. Then I just make it thicker. Try and fill it in a little bit. Okay? See what we got here? And I do this 100 times while I'm doing my eyebrows to like thin it out. And then, to fill the front in, we take the wide part, the wide angle, we just go like this. Literally just color in. So now it's a thicker one, okay? And then I just work with it to make the front more thicker. I cannot believe I'm recording makeup. Like, I'm telling you, every time you guys say, oh my God, we need a makeup tutorial, I laugh and say, guys, I am nothing compared to MUAs. And but you know why I decided to do this? Because the other thing is, I explained how I've never used a filter. I don't even use like the beauty mode on TikTok. Like, I've never used a filter because I don't know how. I don't have the patience to edit. I don't care about that. So, I'm eating ice cream. So, I guess that's the other thing that got people interested, because this is real. Like what you see me do, the final product, there's never a filter or any adjustments. So, this is not a technique you'll see the professionals do. Okay, and then I do cut them. So I take my flower concealer, and I have two different brushes I use to cut them. I have this big angled one. Then I have a smaller one that I seem to have, oh, it's right here. So this is more firm for like a harsher line. This one's a little fluffy, a bigger, fluffier one. And I don't get a lot. I don't slop it on there. I just kind of like go like this to get it lightly on the tip. And then you just cut your brow. You just go along the bottom, give it a nice clean line. That's that. Now I did just make that one a little thin, so I will go back and fill it in more. Yeah, look at this. I'm really screwing up. Yeah. Alright, sorry, I had to run to the kids. So that's it. That's my brows. So now, it's time for eyeshadow. And I have, okay. So now I have to figure out what I want to use. I don't know what I want to use. Alright, so I decided I'm going to go with the Raw Beauty Christy at Forest Sight. She's my favorite YouTuber, my favorite makeup YouTuber. So this is also an easy one for me. There's two different go-to looks I do. One with the yellows and the dark green, and then the other with this light pink and like maroon. We're going to do the light pink and maroon, or like the mauve and the maroon. This is my color switch. I use this every day. I feel like I'm saying things that are so like duh. But again, I don't know if my followers watch makeup people. I mean, you guys are asking me to do a makeup tutorial, so I don't know. This is how you switch color on your brush. I already have some of my most favorite brushes picked out. My go-to ones are these black and red ones that a follower sent me, the kit. I don't even know what they're called, but they came in this thing. They're some of the best brushes I've ever used my entire life. And a follower sent them to me. Like, I had done an About Me video a couple months ago on TikTok. And I talked in the video about how my favorite animal is a gorilla. My favorite makeup is BH Cosmetics. And this follower sent me this palette of BH Cosmetics, those brushes, which are eyeshadow and face brushes, and a little stuffed gorilla. I almost threw up. It was so sweet. She also sent tie-dye stuff. It was so sweet. So anyway, I am going to put a tiny bit more concealer on my lids because now I know the palette that I'm using. Really not a lot. Not a lot at all. Sometimes you'll see people when they're doing their makeup video and they basically have like a white line on their face here, which is like the base. But I don't want that much stuff because I'm not using like crazy bright colors. So And because I'm not using crazy bright colors, hopefully that doesn't disappoint anybody, because I do the extreme looks and you guys are always like, oh my god, I love it, it looks good. So, first thing I'm doing is going in with this mauve right here in the corner, and we're going to put it all over the lid. The way I do eyeshadow is pretty simple. And that's why I'm so like, guys, you don't want a tutorial from me, because I feel like what I do is super easy. And like, if you want to learn how to do good fancy makeup, you should be watching a professional. But, so that's literally it. You know, it's crazy. It looks so much darker on my camera than it does in real life. Okay, that's it. That's one eye. A nice big fluffy brush with that all over, not on my lid, just all over the crease and like buffed out. Oh, you guys want to see something funny? So, the past couple of days working with these new Jeffree Star palettes, I wasn't sure about fallout and pigment and stuff. Look at this. This is where I tap my brushes. I tap it on this towel and it's all over my dishwasher. I gotta clean all that out. Okay, now I think we know why Salty Stella does not do makeup tutorials. I can't even film the damn thing. So now, I'm checking a brush that I already cleaned off and there's still stuff on it. So I'm gonna clean it a little more. So I can use this brush. I'm gonna go in with this dark purple. It kind of looks brown, but it's like a purple. So I'm using a small, fluffy, tighter brush, and we're going to go in the crease on the side. And I literally, oh no. I literally, guys, stick in one place and just do circles. I'm not doing any windshield wiper or going back and forth. To start with my darker shade, I'm sticking in one place and doing circles. So it's only on the outside right there right now. Same on this side. I'm sticking in one place and doing circles in both motions. Okay. Now I'll pull it out a little more. When I'm going into the crease, I'm going on top of my eyeball, not up here in the crease. So not in the crease here, but I can feel that I'm moving right. I'm literally resting on my eyeball. So that's putting the pressure on like the bottom. See, when I close my eyes, it's mostly on the bottom side of the crease. I don't know if that makes sense, but so that when I open my eye, it's still like the mauve color predominantly, but there's some darkness underneath. Same on this side. God, I know this filming angle is despicable. If I was watching this, I would not watch it. Like, I can't stand it, but I just can't get the setup any better. It's like actually really annoying me though. Like really. Maybe I will try to redeem myself one day. You know, like over Christmas break or something. Maybe I'll try and redeem myself and actually get set up properly with my ring light and stuff like that. But, okay. So there's that dark shade. Now I'm looking as a whole. I'm looking from like far away in my mirror, which there's a really bad glare. I usually don't do my makeup this late in the morning. It is, yeah, it's 20 after 9. So now I'm looking as a whole from further away using that smaller brush and seeing how I like it or how I don't. Now I'm going to take the big fluffy brush with a tiny bit of that mauve, really tap it off, and then buff out the edges so there's no harsh, dark lines. And I come down just a tiny bit on the outside of the eye. To me, I can't tell if it's the sunlight. Things are not looking that great. That's okay. All right. Now it's time for shimmer shades. That's it. The shimmer shades in here are gold and green, so we're not using those. So now we have to pick either from my BH Weekend Festival palette, which I think I'm going to go with, or my BH Shimmer palette. So actually, I think I already know what I'm going to use, which is called Ohio. It's a shimmer. I don't know how to do swatches, but it's like a pink, but it's got like a gold reflect. I don't know if you can see that. Or this one that's called Solstice. That is, yeah, we're going to go with the pink one. So this guy right here, you can't really tell, but it's a pinky, but it's got like a really cool gold reflect. Now, I'm putting it on the middle to the back, not in the front here. Now, I'd say 3/4 of it. So I'm leaving 1/4 of my eye open right here. I'm putting it from like here back. Always use the finger with shimmer shades. A brush will never get it on like a finger. Same on the other eye. You guys will be in for a treat when it's time to do liner. I cannot do eyeliner. And I've been wearing eyeliner the same for about 20 years. Or more, actually, 21 years, since I was about 14 or 15. I'm 36. I've always worn black eyeliner just on the outside right here. And I still am not any better at it. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go up with it a little bit, but I have like hooded eyes and I don't bother doing cut creases. That's not my forte. So now that we have that all over there, what we're going to do next is go back in with that dark color and like blend on the corner a little bit. We already are having a problem. The stuff under my... It's not really fallout. It's more like I went a little low with that big fluffy brush. All right, so now that's more precise like that. All right, we're actually going to take a darker color. A darker color on a smaller brush. I'm actually going to look in the Blue Blood palette. Nope. Let me look in the Blood Sugar palette, which is like our dominantly red palette. Yeah, we're going to use this dark guy right here at the bottom. Right, you can't see that. This guy right here to darken up the outside over here. Literally, I'm stamping that on right there. It's actually not as dark as I thought, so we're now going to go into the darkest one. I'm going to stamp. There we go. Stamping. Stamp, stamp, stamp. We're going to do it on the other side. Stamp, stamp, stamp. And then we are going to blend that. All right, so that's all stamped in. Now it looks like a harsh dark purple, but have no fear. The blending is here. I'm going to take another fluffy brush that doesn't have anything on it and blend that in. Just circular motions right there on the outside of my eye. Now that has fallout that we're going to have to clean up. That's all right though. Circles, circles, circles. Taking it in and blending it up. Taking it in and blending it up. Then we're going to take Super Fluffy again with the mauve. Yeah, we really got to clean this up. Look at this. My first time trying to do a little makeup tutorial, and it doesn't go how I normally do my makeup. So now we're putting that mauve on again to soften it up. Do 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, let me get a makeup wipe out for my fingers. For my little fingies. Neutrogena. Okay. So let me clean the tips of my fingers on. You guys are in for a treat. You ready? This is what all the professional makeup artists do. So I didn't do too much, but it cleaned it up a tiny bit. And then we're going to go in with like a super big fluffy brush and like lightly do that. So there isn't like a harsh line, but there isn't too much pigment up near my brows. Okay. Now the problem is all this stuff under my eyes. Super big brush fluffing around. Okay. I'm going to go back in a little bit with our shimmer. This is how it goes. It's just playing, give and take the whole time. Oh, a little more of this, a little less of that, a little more of this. Okay, that's that. Now we do really need to clean up under the eyes that I screwed up, which is not a normal thing for me to do. So we're going to have to put concealer on again because I'm straight up doing this, which I don't normally have to do. That was a big no-no. I also don't like a clean line like that. So I'm going to buff that out a tiny bit then. Alright, so make sure all that pink and red and purple is off me. And then we're going to put a smidge of my foundation. And then we'll put a drop of concealer too. So there's the foundation smidge. Not going all the way up to the eye. Because I like wiped my nose off and stuff too. So. And then we'll do a little, literally just a dot. Because this concealer is like balling out of control. Dude, I just rolled this over a gray shadow. Cool. Oh, we'll use a different one. Again, this is like the least professional tutorial you could get. This is hilarious. Now you guys know why I am a funny dumpster diver and not a makeup artist. I've been telling you guys have been asking for tutorials for like weeks since I've gone live, and I've been telling you, you guys don't want a tutorial by me. I've been telling you. Okay. All right, that's basically it. I'm going to take that mauve brush, but I'm going to really make sure there's nothing on it. I'm going to put on the color switch, make sure there's no shadow on it, and just do this a tiny bit so there's no harsh line. There we go. That's literally it. That's all I wanted to do. Cool. Okay. Next up is eyeliner. I use this, or there's two that I use that I like. There's a lot of liquid eyeliner that I like. I can't find the other one that I like. That's okay. This is Doll Face. You get it at CVS. Look how pigmented it is. I mean, it's crazy. And you just have to be very light. So I do the dreaded hold your eye, which you're not supposed to do. Do a very light line. Just very light. I'm one of those people that like messes one side up and puts it bigger on the other side, and then I have to come back. Next thing you know, I have an inch of black eyeliner. So I start very light, just right along the lashes, and then I might go up like 1/8 of a millimeter. See that? Very thin line on both sides. And that's basically it. I don't try and do any wing out because I'm no good at it. Especially because I have hooded eyes. And I have to do like that bat wing thing, and I'm not good at it. So some days are better than others. Now we're going to do my face. Let me show you how I do this. So the next thing I do, everybody always asks about my lashes. Let me clean my hands off. The lashes that I wear every day, whether I have eye makeup on or no eye makeup, are Kiss Style 1. So I usually use used ones. Like, I think that my eyelashes are better, go on better, and look better when they're used. But I am due for new ones. So we're going to open up some new ones. I have this little tray. I think it was from Avon. Like, I didn't buy it from Avon, but, like, the mirror can lay down or it pops up. And, like, so I keep, like, my tweezers and my lash glue in here. I prefer the Duo, the dark one. I also have the white one, but I put a dab out, and then take a skinny little brush, tiny guy, little angled guy, and I paint it onto the lashes, and then I do my face products. And listen, lash glue tells you, it's a lie. Lash glue tells you to wait like 30 seconds. That's a lie. Sometimes I let my lash glue sit for like 2 minutes for it to be the perfect tackiness. I don't know who's putting it on after 30 seconds, but it ain't me. So. Tutti frutti. Oh, Rudy. God, I feel like all I want to do is apologize. Like, why did I even make this? Like, after the fact, you guys are going to be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we didn't need to see her do that. And I do my face. Now, I don't contour. Again, that's the whole freckle thing, okay? So, I use Maybelline City Bronzer. I have 2 of them. It depends if I'm doing, like, this is a matte bronzer, and I kind of like half-ass contour. I do it like this. I don't just bronze my face. I do it like this to give a little bit of dimension there. But, fishy face. And I put it where, like, people do contour. And then on the forehead, sides of the forehead, on my nose. I wish I could contour my nose because it's wide. I mean, I have no problem with it, but my nose is wide because I broke it like 4 different times. But it just doesn't look right when I contour because of my freckles. Because it doesn't blend out right because it blends in with my freckles. And it just looks like brown mush on my face. Always under here. That's it. And then I like, get all the excess off. And I blend it in a little bit and I go up. Like, I don't blend like that because I'm trying to give the appearance of a cheekbone. I just blend up tiny. So it's not like a harsh line. Depends on my mood if I'm going to wear blush. I don't really need it because I'm like a red person. But I did get this in a dumpster. Brand new in the package, never even swatched. I mean, it still had the plastic thing on it. It's NARS Orgasm, like their most famous blush. That is the most beautiful blush. And I just really I'm lightly touching my cheek. Like, lightly. And then my, my highlighter is almost always Ofra Glazed Donut. Love it. I actually put like a circle of it under my eye. I don't do like a line. Maybe a little up here in the middle of the nose, upper lip. I don't do too much on the tip of my nose. I don't like the Rudolph kind of nose, like the super shiny. But then also, this is what I put on the inside of my eye. You know how I said that I only put this on like 3/4 of it? This is what I put on the inside of my eye, if I could find that brush, which is right here. So I really stamp it on the brush there like a lot, and then we do that. We highlight and take it in a little bit. Oh, sorry. So there's like the normal highlighting area, and then I take it up and in just a tiny bit. I don't know when or why I started doing that, but I go up towards my brow line. Not back here, but like right in the front. I just kind of started doing that. So like nice highlight in the inner corner, and then I take it in and up just a tiny bit. There we go. And now it's time for lashes. So, the easiest way to put lashes on, in my opinion, is looking straight down. I can't do it with my finger, and I can't wear thick band lashes. So, that's why, oh, I don't like that. Hang on. That's why I wear the lashes that I do, because they're on a thin band. Plus, I have like, not weird shaped eyes, but I have like very rounded eyes like this, like out like this. They're not like oblong. So sometimes lashes are like really tricky. And I push it down. I don't know if you could see this, but like I push it down literally into my eye socket. And then I go like this to push it up for how I want it to look. And these lashes will be better tomorrow. Like I said, these are brand new. I never like them when they're brand new. And we do have a few more steps yet, so let's get this lash on. And you go in and try and squeeze them to your lashes and or eyelid. That's why you need tweezers like this. Like you need this kind of tweezer. Or at least I do. Regular tweezers, it's harder to get in and do that. And then I push that one up. And again, no matter what, I'm not going to be happy with these lashes because they're new. They're always better on the second, third, and fourth wear. So now there's two things that I need to do. One is tight line and put mascara in. So tight lining, if I can find the eyeliner. Well, that's not it. That's not it either. Where's my eyeliner? Here it is. Right now I'm using Wet n Wild because that's what I had. It's a regular like crayon one. And I tight line. I don't need a mirror to do this actually. I don't look when I'm doing it. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. You just kind of feel. I look down or the opposite direction. And that just makes it so there's no white gap of skin at the lash line. And then I usually do like the corner on the bottom, just a tiny, tiny bit. And then I go back with this eyeliner and I'll coat the top of the lashes so that it's like really dark at the eyes. I don't know when I started doing that or why. I just decided I liked doing that. I mean, I'm literally like drawing on the lashes. Okay. And then a little mascara. Just so. And I don't go crazy with it. I literally just kind of dab it on so that my natural lashes, so you can't see like the blonde. I literally am dabbing. I'm not stroking. I'm dabbing onto my, because I don't want to stroke through the lashes either. I love the size and shape of them. I don't want them like big and goopy from mascara. And then a tiny bit on my bottom lashes, but I don't have many bottom lashes, so I don't like worry too much about this. And then last but not least, well, it's not last, there's two things yet, hang on. I take a huge fluffy face brush and go like this, in case I have like an excess amount of highlighter or blush. It just kind of tones it down. And then I might go back in with like a tiny bit of like my eye highlighter if I want. You know, just looking at my face as a whole now to see what I like or what I don't like. And setting spray. I use Pure Lip Mist. I also love the NYX, this thing, the Bear, whatever. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Pixie makeup misting spray, but because I went with like the really glowy primer, I want a little bit extra, like I was going for a glowy face today. And this is, because of this is why I'll make a TikTok at 4 a.m. looking like this, and then I'll make a TikTok at 7 p.m. and my makeup still looks the same. So, that's it. That's Salty Stella's makeup. All right. Here's the finished product. Let's look in the sunlight. That's it, guys. That's how I do my makeup. I'm sorry that the recording quality was not good. The setup was just bad, and I'm sorry for that. But here you go. Maybe I will give it one more shot and get a proper setup like at a vanity. I have a vanity upstairs with my ring light and like really go for it. But here we are. That's how I do my makeup every day. I love you guys. Do something kind, and we will be going back to diving. This is not turning into a makeup channel. I love you guys. Bye.